we're going to talk a little bit about the individual pieces that make up a beehive. On the bottom, you are going to have a screen bottom board, something like this. Now, they're screened on them because the inside of a beehive has to stay at constant temperature, or it needs to stay about 92 degrees. So this is going to be your basis, your platform to lift the hive off the ground. Now, this is going to be the entrance, and so when you put a box on top, it's going to leave this little space right here. And the boxes have grooves on them to hold these frames. Each one is completely hollow, nothing special. These are the grooves that I was talking about on either side. Now, these frames are going to have a foundation on the middle of it, and a foundation is basically just beeswax, and it acts as a guide to where the honeybees will put beeswax comb on either side. Once you stack your bee boxes on top of each other, stack a second one on top, and obviously these are going to be filled with frames. You can have an inner cover or a top cover, whatever you want to call it. I tend to use one, but it is not a necessity. The reason I use one is because the bees are going to propolis the inside of the hive down to kind of sanitize it and to also regulate the temperature. They want to seal up any cracks, and that way they can actually control the temperature much easier. So what I do is I place this top cover down, they seal that in place, then I can use a hive tool and pry this off and then get at my bees without having to pry the entire roof off. Those are your general parts of an 8-frame Langstroth. Now again, I'm using all mediums, and when you talk to some beekeepers, they're going to have a brood box on the bottom, which is really just an elongated version of the medium, or they could have honey supers on top, and the supers tend to be a lot more shallow. It just depends on how you want to keep your bees, what you're keeping them for, but you can run all the same mediums and have a perfectly fine hive.